This is my dog trainer fanny pack XL DTFP XL from Rail and Canine Manufacturing. This is my everyday carry setup for training dogs, whether that be handling my own dogs, board and trains, whatever we got going. This is what I like to carry. This is my preferred setup. I have it on the H harness to make it a chest rig. I prefer to get it up off of the ground rather than have all of my rewards dangling in front of board and trains and whatnot, and they can kind of just start robbing the bank at times that I don't want them to. And then at times that I might want them to, then I'll run it lower around my waist. On the outside, I have the Raider K9 long line holder. This is very convenient. I freaking love these Raider K9 long lines. I use this for pretty much any type of training session that I'm doing. It's 10 feet, so it's super convenient to Velcro up and just keep on the outside there. On my main pull tab, I have an extended pull tab, which is the Harmon Leatherworks tab for the leash, the Harmon Leatherworks traffic tab. So all dogs on site always have a Raider K9 dominant dog collar on. And I like to have that tab to carry for any moment that I might need to address that dog on their live ring and just clip quickly. In addition, it gives me convenience for knowing which tab is my main pocket without looking. The other things on the outside I have, this is the Molly adapter for my Chameleon remote, and this is compatible with my belt hook and also this, so I can just run that independently. I have a Kydex holster for the remote for my e-collar, so that can just switch out to whatever system I'm running, whether I'm doing this or whether it's just like more casual and I just have my belt. On the outside, I also have this nice little carabiner that keeps the washers for my articles for tracking on it. So that's a nice little place to hang those or finger kicks or something like that. I also like to carry high this leash releaser. This quick detach leash is really nice to be able to hook the Canine Culture Collective micro slip that I carry. I've been using this a ton for the puppies. It's a really nice, convenient size. So if I want the puppy on the slip leash, then I can just attach them to me like this, use both of my hands freely. And if the puppy gets itself wrapped around the whiteboard or something like that, not that that has ever happened, I can detach them from me and the whiteboard doesn't come crashing down on us. So that's a nice one. These micro slips, if you're a dog trainer or you have a lot of dogs, there is no reason you should not be able to have one of these in your pocket every day. This video is not about my training pack, but I have multiples of these and I'll just tie them up like this and then just shove that in my pocket, and I just always have a little slip leash. It's great. If you see a dog out in the world that is running around and you're at a park or something like that, you can have a leash in your pocket to just slip leash any dog. In addition to that, we run a lot of aggressive dogs here, both dogs that bite because we want them to and dogs that bite because we don't want them to. So I have this type of very aggressive gauge slip leash that I like to carry in the back there just in case moments, or if I don't have a leash on the dog or a collar on the dog for some reason. This is a nice one to just slip over pretty much any size dog's head. I don't love that it doesn't have a stopper, but that's more of a just in case thing. Chinny. In the back panel, I also have just this extra glove that ended up in here, latex glove for addressing detection articles or stash boxes or any type of nose work that we're doing, so I don't get my human odor on it. Jenny. And there's obviously some redundancy in this kit. So this is a really nice thing that I like. It's Velcroed in here. This is from Live the Creed. It's a little medical pouch that they have. I have added some stuff in it. Little emergency blanket for heat. So this is a lot of this stuff in the canine realm and the tactical realm has a lot of overlap. So like, yeah, this is great for if we experience a massive hemorrhaging to keep the body warm. or something like this, I have actually used, this is a new one because I did actually use one of these on someone recently for a pretty nasty dog bite, and there was a lot of blood lost, and we did end up wrapping her in one of these blankets, and apparently once the ambulance got here, that was a very good idea with the state that she was in. But a lot of you guys carry those reflective blankets, I do too, in our vehicles for keeping the dog shaded. So if you need to set up a random shade with this type of thing as well, it just has multiple uses and you're carrying that. This is the redundancy I was referring to. These are medical latex gloves, but they could be used and replaced later for if I didn't have any and I needed them for some type of detection thing we were running. This is not like a blowout kit. Like I don't have like freaking chest seals and stuff like that in here. This is more of a little boo-boo kit for stopping. This is a dog bite kit, and that makes sense because it's in my dog trainer fanny pack. The likelihood that I'm gonna need a chest seal training dogs is very low. The likelihood that one of these freaking idiots is gonna bite me in the finger and I'm gonna have to just clean it out and put a band-aid on and tape it up to finish the training session is a high likelihood. So in here we just have some iodine pads, bunch of band-aids of different sizes, some of those stitches. Basically, these are unicorn band-aids that my daughter gave me to keep me safe when I'm decoying. So those are nice for that. I also have a sting pack and some bacitracin in here for, obviously, if you get a dog bite, infection is something that we're going to want to be fighting immediately. And then like when we're out, if your dog ends up eating a spicy fly, then we got the sting pad for them on that one. Some other stuff, I do have a little bit bulkier quick clot gauze if the dog bite is a little bit worse, but this isn't anything like crazy like ambulance pack out. This is more just to sort out any dog bites to the hand in order to either continue the session or get to where you're going to actually administer yourself real aid. But this kit is very convenient from Live the Creed. I like the Velcro option in the back, and the Ray Allen fanny pack has a full Velcro style panel on the back, so that is very helpful. We have, of course, we need our Zens. My Sneaker Reaper Elvia knife. I always have a knife on me. If you know that, if you know me, you know that. I always have a knife on me. So this is my favorite blade that I've ever gotten. It's a really nice knife, but it's mostly used for cutting zip ties and setting up like sunshades and stuff like that for the dogs. But I always like to have a knife on me. Headlamp. This is a like micro rechargeable Petzl headlamp. I really like this headlamp just for night training sessions, or if I'm breaking dogs at night or something like that. Just give me some sort of light. I don't carry this is actually one of the few bags I don't carry like a handheld flashlight in, because I usually have a flashlight in my pocket, and the headlamp, I do have one of these headlamps, but the most thing I use it for is like breaking dogs at night or doing training sessions at night. So that's a good one to have. In the middle, I always carry my Snake Staff Systems tourniquet in here. It's Velcro to the back. On the front, I have this rubber part against the other side of the Velcro so that I can open this. And this is something that every dog trainer, whether you are a decoy and work protection dogs or not, should have on them at all times if you're working with any type of creature that can give you a traumatic laceration to one of your appendages. You might only have 8 seconds to stop that bleed if the bite is bad enough. Definitely as a decoy, we run a high risk on a daily basis of getting a laceration to one of our appendages. One of these dogs can get us in our hand or our feet. 90% of us is covered, but the rest of our hands, or if you're running sleeves or something like that, you're running a very high risk of getting bit, of needing to stop a traumatic bleed. So it doesn't make sense to not carry a tourniquet in general. Now, the reason that I carry a Snake Staff Systems tourniquet is because A, the carry size is very compact. Yes, you can stop the bleed for a dog with an ACE bandage, but you can also stop the bleed on a dog with the Snake Staff System tourniquet, which is a big reason why I carry it. You can also utilize this on children, and it is a cat style tourniquet with the wingless on it, which I prefer. I do have plenty of ace bandages in various medical kits, and I do know that you can stop a bleed on a canine appendage with one of those. It's just kind of bulky to carry in my fanny pack, so I have it in a dedicated canine medical kit that we might go over one day, but I just don't like to carry it on myself. This pack's very tight, and it can be used on me, the dogs, or my kids. So I have tons of these laying around. I have another one in this bag. I have pretty much anywhere in my life where you look, you can reach, and you're within reach of a snake staff system tourniquet. I love this thing ever since I got my hands on one finally. I also carry one every day in my pocket. So usually with that one that I'm carrying in my pocket, and with all of the kits that I have set up that are always in my vicinity, my decoy bag has one. We are within reach of at least 2 tourniquets, which when you're working with dogs who can bite you and you're decoying, you're running a high risk of it. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be carrying something like that. I like to put mine in from my pocket into the webbing of my decoy. So for all of the decoys out there, the webbing that is on my apron part or my bib for my suit, I will take the one out of my pocket and put it on my bib. And so when I'm in the suit, I have it accessible there. If you're working with the same people over and over, it's good to let them know that you have that there so that if something happens, they can pop your suit top open if you're not able to do so and then administer aid for you. Probably the most used item in this pack, not the tourniquet, the expo marker with the built-in eraser. So being a dog trainer, you guys know we're always writing stuff down on whiteboards. And so I always like to have one of those in my pocket. Poop bags, very important. And I carry all of that in this little 511 organizer thing that I have here that I like. That's pretty much slick now. I have Incantane Canine clicker. That's a daily must-have. That is a need. This little thing I got when Atlas was a puppy. I don't even remember where I got this from. Bumblebee Pet Company. This is a poop bag holder. So basically you just like wrap it around the leash and then you can clip your poop bag in there and keep it on the leash away from you while you're carrying the poop bag back to wherever you have it. I don't like running stuff on my leash. I like to keep my leash slick, but like I know a lot of people have their poop bag dispenser and like this thing on their leash handle. I don't like all of that bullshit jingling on my keys. So I like or on my leash. So I carry all of that stuff that I would carry on my leash just in the bag, and then I just get it out as needed. This ring clicker from Clickino. This is nice to have on my finger as a clicker. I like that clicker. An extra magnet for my Martin System e-collar remotes. That's always nice to have. And then I have this nice thing, Saint Rock, patron saint of dogs, that my good buddy Brad got for me to keep me safe. And I think it works because I haven't died yet. Oh, on the outside, this is kind of a cool thing. This is just like one of those little like EDC knickknacks. This is like a 511 glow stick, basically, that I carry on the Velcro patch outside here, so it charges up. And then I can, really I've used it mostly like when I'm in the dark or low light and I'm like, where did my freaking fanny pack go? And then I see this little light and I'm like, oh, there it is. But why I got it was like with the idea of putting it on a dog's collar at night and being able to visually see them at night while they're running around. In the front here, this is the Ray Allen edition for your fanny pack. I'll carry treats in here or toys. You're not allowed to look at this. This is a special toy that Ray Allen might have available for you guys here soon. We're testing that out for them. Carabiner with articles for tracking and quick detach leash or leash quick detach, so that if I have this on me, then I can go hands-free, clip the leash to this, utilize both of my hands, and yeah, you can have it for the cool guy thing of quickly deploying your dog to bite somebody. But the most useful thing is when the dog wraps its idiot self around something and being able to detach them from you so that whatever they're running around doesn't drag or fall down on them, and then just readjust your leash. That's a nice one. And I also have the tug dangler, which is very convenient. I love this. This is the Kilo 9er multicam tug, and obviously I had to buy the multicam tug to match the multicam bag. That's everything that I carry on me. Realistically, the most used items is really this treat pouch. You can see I have the dustings of food and treats from last night, and a clicker. Like, you're good to go with that. The treat pouch on the fanny pack, me personally, I prefer to use this because I train existentially with like a lot of food per session. So and that much food I don't really put in here because I don't like the top opening on me. So I use that treat pouch mostly for clickers and like quick items that I need. So I might run like my expo marker just in there. It's kind of just like a dump pouch catch-all for me, and I prefer to use that for that, but that is cleanable. The other thing is, though, that I just throw this in the washing machine, which I'll probably do later today. But that's my everyday carry thing. If you like it, run it. If you don't, but definitely carry a tourniquet. That's the moral of the story.